Hi everybody, welcome to the Soul Song. This is Nina and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I am an intuitive tarot reader. I do pick a cards and other readings here on YouTube, and I also do personal readings. I've been reading tarot for quite a few years now, and I consider it to be a healing tool, a tool of self-discovery, a tool of prediction, of course, and also a tool that helps us on our personal development journey. Okay, so I'm using today the Rider-Waite or the original Rider-Waite deck, which is the first deck that I got for myself, and it falls under the Rider-Waite system, which is a particular system of tarot. Okay, there are other systems like the Thoughts system as well, which is a bit different to the Rider-Waite system. Okay, now the purpose of this lesson is for you to know how to read a 3-card reading or a spread. Okay, there are various spreads that you can do in tarot. There's the Celtic Cross, there's a 3-card spread, there's a 9-card spread. I'm not too much into spreads. I'm more of a free-flowing person, but then sometimes it helps to really have a particular value assigned to a position to get a specific answer from the spread. Okay, for instance, there are 2 spreads that I'm going to be focusing on here. One is a 3-card spread which shows the past, present and the future, no matter what the question is, and the other spread is that of a context that is assigned to, or a value assigned to each of the cards. So we have a situation or a problem, we have an advice, okay, from spirit, from tarot, and lastly we have the outcome should you follow that advice. Okay, so these are the 2 spreads that I will be showing you today. All right, so I'm going to start with the first one. Now I'm assuming here that you have a basic understanding of the tarot cards, of the system, of the 4 elements, for instance, of the minor arcana cards, the major arcana cards, the basic meanings of the cards. But even if you don't, and if you're just starting off, you've bought yourself a deck and you're keen to learn, it's okay. I will be, of course, delving into the meanings of the cards that we pull out, but it would really help if you actually had a basic understanding of the cards to begin with. Okay, so 2 of the most common queries that we have as tarot readers are connected to either career, money situation, or relationships and love life. Okay, so I'm going to be considering both of these topics for each for the spreads that we're doing today. All right, so let's start with a question with respect to a relationship. Let's ask about, where is this heading? Where is this relationship heading? So what we'll do is take 1 card for the past position, 1 for the present, and 1 for the future. Okay, there's no advice or anything here. It's just if it is coming through, then we'll take it. Otherwise, we're just going to focus on the energy that we're seeing. Okay, so there are different ways for you to pull out cards. Some people take jumpers, other people don't. A jumper is basically a card that flips out whilst you're shuffling. Okay, so I'm doing an overhead shuffling right now. So let's say, for instance, this card flipped out. Okay, so that's your first position. Some people don't take jumpers. They rely on shuffling the cards until they feel it's ready, and then they cut the deck and pull out 1 card. Okay, and they see that as the card. Okay, I'm not going to do that. I will rely on just pulling out the cards the way I usually do. Okay, so your second position here is the 2 of Swords, which is the current. and the future is the Two of Cups, which is nice. At the bottom of the deck we have Justice. Now, I'm sorry for the noise in the background, there's some construction work going on. So with the Justice card here, this is you can consider this to be your underlying energy, okay? And it can tell you a lot about what has happened so far, all right? Like what's the subconscious energy as well. You can consider it to be that. And with Justice here, it is talking about balance, okay? It's talking about harmony, about equality, about the fairness of the connection, if there is an equal give and take or not, if the connection is fair or not. And it could also speak specifically about a legal situation that is playing out or that is affecting this relationship, okay? In terms of a relationship, it could also be talking about, some contract. It could be talking about divorce, okay, because that's also a legal agreement. Now, so in the past position we have the Ace of Cups. This is nice. It's quite synchronistic the way this came out, because that's usually how relationships start. The Ace of Cups, or the aces, show us the potential of the entire suit, and here Cups is the suit that is the closest or most connected to relationships, because it shows us our emotions, our depth of feelings, right? So Ace of Cups here to me suggests that this, in the recent past, this connection started off on a really good note, in which both parties were willing to give each other unconditional love, and they step into the connection with a lot of hope, and with the hope that this would reach, the Ten of Cups, which is the ultimate fulfillment, you could say, an ultimate bliss, okay? And in the present position here, we have a bit of a stalemate going on. We have the Two of Swords here, okay? And Swords is connected to the mind. It is connected to our decision making ability, clarity of thought. It's connected to our speech as well, to communication. So it is quite possible that at the moment there is no communication taking place, okay? There's a bit of a stalemate going on, or somebody in this connection is feeling a bit undecided, okay, about the way forward. And whilst it has this quality of an impending decision to be made, okay, it also can talk about a status of peace, okay, of when nothing really is happening, all right? That's also where the Two of Swords could mean that there isn't much taking place in terms of communication or back and forth communication, okay? And that could also, if you take it further, imply that somebody in this connection has doubts about whether this is working out or not, all right? Now, what's interesting is that we have the Two of Cups next. That's a beautiful energy to get, which shows that there is a big possibility that this person's, or these two people, will overcome this status quo energy to come into union and to be on the same page as each other, to be for the connection to be balanced out, okay? Now, the Justice card here could also indicate making a decision, which is very much connected to the Two of Swords that I just spoke about. So it feels to me like somehow, now we don't know exactly what happens, somehow the two people reach a consensus and they're able to meet each other halfway and they're able to bond. I also see the Two of Cups as an exchange of emotions, heartfelt emotions, an expression of emotions as well, having that heart-to-heart conversation with each other. That is what brings them together back again, okay? So that's a beautiful ending to have. Okay, so that is one example of the 3 card spread. Okay, pretty simple actually. Now let's look at career and do the second spread that I was speaking about. So let's say you're asking about your career, okay, or somebody else is asking about their career, and they have an issue or a problem to begin with. Okay, maybe they're applying for jobs and they're not getting a job, or they're not really happy with the way their career is turning out. Whatever the case may be, maybe they haven't even told you what their problem or issue is, and they just want to know, like, what is the advice, what can I do? Okay, so that's the 3 card spread that we'll be doing now. Okay, so let's see the first position, which is most likely the current position and the current problem, you could say. So we have the Hangman. Okay, interesting. Now let's ask about the advice from Spirit on this position, or advice from Tarot. Okay, what is the advice? We have the King of Swords. Okay. And lastly, should they follow this advice, what is the most likely outcome? So we have the Page of Cups. Interesting bunch of cards. We have the 7 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So that's the underlying energy. Okay, so this is interesting. And beneath that, the Knight of Cups. And the 2 of Swords here. The 2 of Swords to me is like the minor arcana version of the Hangman, and I'll explain why it can take on that meaning. Okay, so the 7 of Swords often talks about deception. It talks about lying, cheating, stealing, okay, or avoidance. Okay, and that's the message that I'm getting here. Somebody, or this person who is asking about their career, has been avoiding probably making a decision, has been avoiding dealing with the issue, dealing with the problem. Okay, or it could be that the person that they're dealing with is not entirely telling them the truth about, you know, the situation. Could be their boss, could be an authority figure who is not giving them all the details. Okay, so there is a bit of an unknown here. I also see this card often as self-sabotage. Okay, when we tend to procrastinate and we don't listen to the guidance that we're getting, we put it off. You know, what we're doing essentially is we are running away from our problems and we are self-sabotaging, right? So we have here the Hangman as your issue or problem. So this is, it can take on so many meanings, but the essence of this reading that I'm getting here is, you know, procrastination and needing to make a decision, needing to really take decisive action. Okay, so with the Hangman here, the issue or the problem is that you either don't have all the information for which you've been put on hold, or you have maybe applied to some place and you haven't heard from them yet. So what you've done is, by you I mean the querent, okay, the person that you're reading for. So this person is waiting for communication, waiting to decide, waiting, basically surrendering. Okay, if this person has their own business, it could be that they have surrendered again because they are looking for new inspiration. Okay, the halo around the Hangman's head indicates an awakening and wisdom sort of flowing down through his body into his head in the suspended position, to receive insight, to receive guidance from the divine. This is a Pisces card, very much connected to the divine, okay, to source. But in terms of career, it can also be procrastination. It can be whether this person is doing it on their own, or there's a situation that they're dealing with in which they can't really control the outcome and they have no choice but to surrender. There is a sense of a delay. Okay, so that is your current issue or problem. Now, what's the advice here from Spirit? We've got the King of Swords. So the King of Swords could mean two things. One is that you need to be decisive. You, by you I mean the querent again, okay? The querent needs to be decisive, needs to be very clear about what they want, and to have a clear vision of what they desire, okay? And to take steps towards that, okay? It's not just that you make a decision and you sit on it, but the sword suit is connected to planning, connected to strategizing, communication as well. So if you or this querent needs to make a decision and then communicate it or take decisive action, like I said, then that is the advice that you're getting from tarot, okay? And what's interesting here is that the other way to look at this is that this person could be dealing with an authority figure, who I often see as this King of Swords, who needs to make that decision. So let's say this person has been applying to a job and they're still awaiting results, and the advice here is to have a clear vision, okay, so that the other person can then make a decision in your favor. And I'm talking about manifestation here, okay? So in that case, you could also maybe communicate very clearly with the other person. If you need to maybe reply to the other person and there's back and forth communication happening, the advice here is to be very clear about and very honest about what you are expecting in the position and what you want, and sort of basically deciding on the terms and conditions, okay? Now, the other way to look at this, like I said, is to see this as the person needing to finally decide and not avoid making that decision, okay? No more procrastination. Just go for it, make that choice and move forward, okay? Very, very straightforward message. Now the outcome here is interesting. We have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups to me is often like a sweet surprise, okay? With the fish popping out of the page's cup, the fish is symbolic of abundance as well, okay? So it could be an opportunity, a message that comes, okay? Pages do deliver messages. It could be an offer of some sorts that comes your way or the querent's way. And this is happening because this person has decided, because that strategy and plan has been made, okay? Then you can move forward to this pleasant surprise or this sweet surprise. Now page, of course, pages are of course students as well, so it could indicate that you will be starting from scratch in this position. And if you are maybe deciding on starting your own business, for instance, then in that case, once you finally set the blueprint, of what you want to do, and make those initial plans on how to create that foundation for your business, then what's going to happen is that you will feel inspired to start on this new path, okay? And it's quite possible that you will receive help as well from other people, on this new journey of a new business or new creative project or whatever it may be. So the Page of Cups especially has this dreamy, naive, sweet, very creative sort of energy, okay? So any of those meanings could take on. Either way, this is leading to some pleasant surprises and probably the start of something that is very creative, that is very fun, and that is exciting, okay? So that is the reading that we got for the career aspect. Now, these are the two spreads that I wanted to show you. Oh yeah, and with the Seven of Swords there again, the other message is that if that person, if you're not able to decide, okay, because the authority figure, whoever you're dealing with, the King of Swords, is not giving you all the details you need to make that decision, then that is where you also need to communicate clearly and try to extract that information from them. Okay, so that is the way I would read it. Everybody has their own relationship, like I said, to the cards, and so they can slightly the outcome and the way they read it can differ. Okay, but yes, you need to work on your own relationship, like I said, with the cards. So that was this lesson. I showed you two 3-card spreads. There are many ways that you can do 3-card readings. Okay, the past, present, future is one of the most common spreads, and the context, the advice, and the or the issue, the advice, and the outcome, should you take that advice, is also the other, you could say, very commonly used spread. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this little lesson, and I hope it brought you some insight. If you have any questions and you feel a bit stuck in some place on your tarot reading journey, you can leave me questions down below and maybe even give me suggestions for a specific topic that you want me to cover. I will look into it. Thank you for watching, and wish you a wonderful and happy tarot journey. Bye bye.